So I'm out in Highland, California today. It's up against the foothills of what normally would be a nice snowy area of Big Bear Arrowhead. I'm looking at Alfred's fruit tree garden where he got a couple of avocados from me, and you can see Highland can do very well with citrus and avocados and pomegranates and other fruit trees. Pretty diverse area because it's up on the foothills and really warm. Alfred had his gardener landscaper plant one surprise and one lamb haws here. And first problem is, like right in here, you want to make sure that the soil's pulled back. Okay. Because you don't want any soil. I mean, you can have a little bit, like, you know, half an inch or inch, but you know, over time, the 3 inches or so the soil that's here is going to start building up on the root ball of the tree and suffocating a little bit. And because you're out here at the Inland Empire, well, because you're in Southern California anyways, or the western U.S., you're going to get a lot of salt that builds up on the soil, and that's how it shows up right here. Yeah. So it's important to be able to leach out the trees. Have your landscaper yourself get some powdered gypsum, not the pelleted gypsum, but the stuff that just looks like powdered sugar. Mm-hmm. And you could probably put 200 pounds in here and help leach out some of the salts. Okay. Because you got this nice bubbler in here. So the bubbler goes on and floods this planter area, yeah. But you want to be able to have a means for it to overflow and carry any of the salts away, and then pull back the soil. If you're into it or you have some available, you can put some like 3 to 4 inches of compost around the trees in the near future. Okay. It's like over here on your hillside, you've got this really nice mulch layer. If you can take this same idea and carry it forward the way you did here on the hillside in the near future, trees will be really happy. Okay. Especially when it heats up here, it'll keep moisture in the soil and it'll promote positive worm development, earthworms, so to speak, night crawlers and beneficial bacteria in here in the trees. Okay, I can do that. And I wanted to ask you what this other tree was. All right.
It's right here.
Where?
Right here.
Well, it's hard to say,
but you know, they're finally growing, and it's just taking a long time. Last year,
we got a little pear-shaped fruit here, so it's coming off as a haws. We got a lot of fruit on here.
It does. Last year,
it's amazing. Some of the struggling, ugliest trees. You got a huge crop of good haws on here. The first thing you have to do with this is to get yourself some indoor latex paint. Mm-hmm. And you're going to take the latex paint and you're going to dilute it by half. And you're going to brush it on all these exposed stems so you can see the green right here. Yeah. And this is the sunburn that's resulting, so it's slowing down the vigor of the tree the same way as you or I lay out in this July or June Highland sunshine. We're going to be pretty burnt up also after the day. Okay. So you want to coat all of this, new wood and old wood, with that latex paint, and I think just increase your fertilization a little bit more, but you're looking good for a really good, well, the fruit's going to be small, but still looking really good for a March, April harvest on your haws tree here. And next year it should rebound really well. It should be cranking out more new foliage here, but with the sunburned tissue, it's limiting how much nutrients and water can develop to move to these new stems. Like over here, you got healthier healthier wood on the plant.
Yeah. And what type are these? You know?
Looks like a Fuerte right there.
Okay, and that's because he said he was going to put in Fuertes, but I couldn't remember if he did or not.
Yeah. Now you got really good
Yeah,
fruit set on this one.
This is the first. Wow. I picked over half of them off.
Damn. Yeah. Yeah, the more slender fruit here. So yeah, very nice fuerte. And the same thing also, if you can get into it, seeing again, facing the sunlight, you have this really burnt, damaged tissue, and then underneath the leaf cover, the bottom of the branching, have the green tissue. This is what's mostly supporting the health of that plant right now. So you want to paint that exposed wood. And this year I'm expecting it to be freaking sizzling and dry out here. So all the more important, even like right here where maybe something fell back in the winter, you lost it. It's kind of opened up quite a bit.
Yeah, actually I had them trim them off, prune some of it off, but I don't know how it opened up like that.
Yeah, you want to get in there and cover up. You can see right here how it's just turned jet black.
Yeah. And
there's just a little bud struggling right there. Paint it with that. And it's got to be indoor latex, because the outdoor latex often has some chemical properties in it that would be damaging to the trees.
Okay. This might be a fuerte.
Yeah, you got another rocket fuerte here with a huge amount of fruit.
Nice.
Yeah, big fruit. And you can see the difference is branches are not burnt and they're cranking out lots of growth.
Would it be bad if I had the top pruned off?
I was just going to say, you'd probably be happier in the course of time if you take the top out of there and bring it down about 3 feet and try and make it more of a mounding plant, especially right in here. You know, lop off 12 or 24 inches of that so that it's easier to pick. And then if you ever do have a really cold winter out here, it's easier to protect with sprinkler water.
Okay.
Where's the other tree that you got from me? Yeah, good tangelo. Ready to harvest on the tangelos. Have you been picking that already too?
No.
Yeah, you're ready to go on that. Some prime fruit there. You got Oro Blanco grapefruit or a mellow gold.
They're really sweet and good, man.
Oro Blanco. So you got some ants running up. Oh, it's a Durling tree. What's that Durling? Oro Blanco. You've got ants running up and down the tree, which means that there's usually a lot of scale somewhere. Anytime you see the ants on the citrus, it means that they're farming something.
What do you do to repel them?
Well, you can't really repel the ants, but the scale isn't heavy enough. You have to release a little parasite to sting the scale. It might be heavier on some of the other trees. But you ought to eat up your Oro Blancos. They're in the picking season right now.
Okay.
And you got your navel oranges, or Valencias. Valencia navel. Valencias. Navels. Okay, so we got good navel oranges in here, also ready to harvest. But the trees will hold this fruit for another couple months. No major scale pest problems, but you have some scale developing, and you don't want it to get going really badly. If you do, it's like little acne on the trunks, and they suck the juices out of there.
Here's a lamb. I really can't wait for this one, because man, I love the lamb. That's the best tasting ones to me. It's
going to need a lot of water, and because it's so dry right now out here, the most important thing is to give it a heavy watering at least twice a week.
Okay.
And it might be that it's going to need a lot more water than the other trees that are established here.
Yeah.
Because it is newly planted and it is a dry winter. Same thing here. I just pull the soil back a little further, and there's a lot of fertilizer here on the leaves from tossing some out, or maybe I'm not sure what he's got on there, but you know, Give it a good hosing off in the evening.
Mm.
It's supposed to be about 81 today. New Year's Day. You know, warm winter. And everything else is good. You just need that latex paint and a little bit more nitrogen.
Okay, I'll do that.
And start eating some more citrus because it's really starting to load up on you.
Okay.